Those wins were number 99 and 100 as a head dual coach for Coach Kicker. For all these things he does for us and for the wrestling program, we thought this poster would be a great way to repay him for all the former wrestlers to your current wrestlers. Congrats, Coach, on your 100th career victory.
Awesome, thank you guys. And talk a little bit about some of these guys individually. But 106 for varsity, primarily Isaac Wilson. 113, Jake Zabka and Elijah Wilhite. 120, Tate Slagle. 126, Ian Fair. 132, Hayden Thompson. 138, Ashton Moreno and Hunter Penton. 145, Luke Carter. 152, Brandon Harris. 160, Colby Jennings. 170, Dane Kitzinger and Jagger O'Neill. 182, Sam Wrights. 195, Chase Roof. 220, Cohen Reefer. And heavyweight, Cody Nielsen. So these guys these guys all primarily wrestled varsity. Some of them got a few JV matches as well. A number of the guys that were just up here were also in and out of our varsity lineup. I don't know how many different varsity lineups we wrestled throughout the season this year. Last year I took the time and went through and counted them all up. I didn't do that this year. It's a lot. I don't think we put the same lineup out there very often for a number of different reasons. I think one thing that I enjoy doing that I think our teams have really fed off of is we try to put the best lineup on the mat to win a particular duel. So it gets a lot into matchups and where you want to move guys around. We talk early on in the season a lot to these guys about you're preparing to wrestle a match. You're not preparing to wrestle a weight class. So they're used to jumping around. They're used to, our JV guys are used to me saying, hey, you're gonna wrestle 138 tonight, and other guys move. That to me is the best way to put a competitive team out on the mat, night in and night out, and these guys do a great job with that. So of the guys up here, we had 4 district qualifiers. Brandon Harris, Hayden Thompson, Tate Slagle, and Isaac Wilson. Of those 4, Brandon and Hayden both got 3rd, both at really tough weights, both behind guys that ended up medaling in the state tournament. And then Tate Slagle and Isaac Wilson were both state qualifiers, going 1 and 2 at the state tournament this year. One of the things I think at the start of about every season, and this year wasn't any different, but you get asked a lot of questions, whether or not in interviews or whatever, about your thoughts on what the team is going to be like. And I think this year, one of the things that I knew for certain with this group of guys in front of us was the 4 seniors that we had coming back were going to be rock solid. Those guys had been in varsity lineups. The 4 of them combined to win 121 varsity matches this year. So I knew what we had there. Knew we had a number of other guys that had been in and out of a varsity lineup. But really when I thought about how much success the team was going to have, my answer was generally, I know that we have a lot of talented young guys. It's going to depend on how quickly that talent can translate to a varsity match. We seen it translate pretty quickly for a number of our guys. The 2 freshmen that were in the state tournament, but also a number of different freshmen that contributed to us winning. Our freshman class won 110 varsity matches. I can't remember having a freshman group that came in and competed at that high of a level. So with us combining the experience that we had coming back throughout our lineup and those guys coming in to the varsity room for the first time, that led to these guys going 22-5, led to another regional duel, a regional duel that I think we were closer in than many than maybe many people outside of here believe we were. I think we're just a match or two away from being able to win both of those duels and give these guys an opportunity to be at the state duel tournament. I mentioned earlier, last year we had a good senior group. Last year we had a senior group that had the most dual wins over the course of 4 years ever here. This senior group had more than that when you tally up their 4 years. But when you graduate the group that we did last year, and then you bring in a group of guys that are ready to step up to that challenge and continue to have success and even find another level of success, is pretty awesome. Seniors, let's go to varsity awards first. So varsity math scholar, highest GPA was Ian Fair. Most takedowns was Brandon Harris. I don't have all of those. You can just use that packets while I go through this. Brandon Harris had the most takedowns. Brandon also had the most team points. Near fall, Tate Slagle had the most near fall. Hayden Thompson had the most pins on the team. Brandon Harris also led us in the most wins. Most improved varsity wrestler, Ashton Moreno. I believe started the season 1-7. His record at the end of the year was 18-16. You could continue to see Ashton grow as the year went along, from being somebody that was just super aggressive and explosive and athletic to kind of figuring this wrestling part of this out and making some adjustments, beating a number of guys at the end of the year that he lost to early on. The next one is our grind award for our varsity team. Luke Carter is getting the grind award for this year. For a number of different reasons. Luke came here as a junior, so anytime you're an upperclassman at a school, he's been in a varsity lineup at a school not too far down the road from here, steps in, transitions really well within our room, fits in great with these guys. And then our final award is our Gary Kern Most Valuable Wrestler Award. This one is going to Brandon Harris. Brandon, without a doubt, is deserving of this award. We talk about all the time in wrestling, and I tell these guys when they're freshmen, all of the freshmen, that I believe if you come in and you do everything that we ask you to do, and you work hard, and you're the right kind of person that does everything right, that it's going to pay off in the end, that you're going to be in position that you'll be in state tournaments, you'll be bringing medals home from the state tournament. We also tell them you also have to be willing to do all of that and understand that there's a chance that it might not go your way at the end. Okay, and that's just life. Sometimes you do everything right, and the breaks, all those things don't exactly go your way. In no way does that diminish the career that Brandon had. And that's really what I want Brandon to understand and recognize tonight. He's in the top 20 in wins in a program that's had a ton of success. He had 92 varsity wins, and that's really in 3 seasons because he was primarily a JV wrestler as a freshman. So 92 wins in 3 seasons. His junior and his senior year, he was behind 2 top 5 ranked wrestlers. His junior year was like 1-3, and this year was, about the same, 1-4, that were in his district. Stayed at those weights, went after those guys, lost some close matches, watched those guys and a number of other people that he had beaten throughout the season go down to the state tournament, win matches in the state tournament. There is no doubt in my mind that Brandon Harris is capable of medaling in that state tournament. But it didn't happen for him this year. And truly, I know someday he'll be able to look down the road and see that that's okay. It does just diminish the career that he had. He was a heck of a leader for this team, not just in winning matches, setting tones, practicing hard. If you've seen the way that Brandon changed his body over the last 4 years, from the time he was a freshman into the way that he's put together today, that weight room right there, fellas, will do a whole lot of work for you, and you don't have to look any farther than that guy that's standing right in between all of you. So Brandon's been a guy over the last 4 years that came to every open mat. I think at one time this summer, I was up to like 19 open mats that he had been to before I quit counting the number of open mats, because he was at every single one of them. Never missed weightlifting, did everything right. Definitely our most valuable wrestler this season. Let's give all these guys a round of applause.